darknightstudios.com. They make all of our logos, and this shirt, this is one of their shirts, which hopefully is available on his Etsy at Dark Knight Studios that he made last year for Christmas. He should have some new designs coming out as well, but they make most of the shirts I wear, all of the logos, a ton of the graphics I use. Thank you very much, Pat at Dark Knight Studios. Follow him at Dark Knight Studios on Instagram and Twitter. Check out his website. And our new sponsor, there are links directly in all this information. But meanwhile, it is my pleasure to bring in the one, the only. Are you there?
I'm here.
There he is. Woohoo! Benjiphonik. How you doing today, Ben?
You know, I gotta say, I'm doing pretty awesome, and I'm stoked to be here.
You're looking awesome. You're looking Christmassy, and it's a pleasure to have you on the World of KC Music Podcast. Christmas themed. I'm wearing my Steelers Christmas hat. I got on my Dark Knight, Halloween Christmas crossover shirt. But let's get directly to you and your Christmas song, A Very Benji Christmas. Hit it, brother.
I'm not afraid.
Christmas is the time of year when all the girls and boys dream about a world that's filled with happiness and joy. Christmas.
It's that time of the year, everybody getting high on Christmas cheer.
Christmas.
And everybody gets along when you're singing all together to a Christmas song. Christmas is that time of the year. Everybody getting high on Christmas cheer. December 24th, I needed a gift. Driving real fast with that Tokyo drift. When a red Corvette took my spot and I thought, I'm gonna get into a fight in a shopping mall parking lot. Dude jumped out. Man, he was fly. Had a red suede suit with a sparkle in his eye. He said, I am a man of a saintly persuasion, and I need a little help with some home invasions. Holy nutcrackers, it was Santa Claus G, and he said, I need an MC to ride with me. So I jumped right in and Santa gave me the business. Tonight you're gonna learn the true meaning of Christmas.
Christmas is the time of year when all the girls and boys.
All the girls and the boys.
A world that's filled with
Happiness and joy. It's that time of the year, everybody getting high on holiday cheer. Everybody gets along when you're singing all together to a Christmas song. Christmas is that time of the year. Everybody getting high on holiday cheer. Let's give just a little advice. Not about the presents or the pumpkin spice. It's about a baby wrapped in cloth, lying in a manger. That's an animal trough. The baby brought a crazy kind of message of love, and the angels got to singing up in heaven above. A terrestrial gift with a celestial sign, bringing hate, goodwill towards all of mankind. I said, wait, what about the tree and the light and the mistletoe hug and the kissing all night? He said, yeah, well, it's about that too, but it can mean something different to me and to you. All the girls and the boys. Happiness and joy. It's that time of the year, everybody getting high on holiday cheer. And everybody gets along when you're singing all together to a Christmas song. It's that time of the year, everybody getting high on Christmas cheer. And everybody gets along when you're singing all together to a Christmas song. Christmas is that time of the year. Everybody getting high on Christmas cheer. Yo, Christmas is that time of the year. Everybody getting high on Christmas cheer.
Hells yeah. Well, I was bobbing my head too much. My neck already hurts. That's
A little too much eggnog this morning.
that was just too much. I'm not built for that much Christmas cheer.
You know, no one is.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that kind of headbanging Christmas cheer. So let's get into your Christmas song.
Yeah.
you did some research. What did that research lead
that's
you?
True. So a few months back, I decided I just thought, you know what? I wonder what it is that makes like a good Christmas song. Like, is it just the lyric content, or because certain songs just kind of make you feel a certain way. Major chords make you happy, minor chords make you sad. That
It's science, yeah.
So I thought, okay, what is it that makes a Christmas song good, or a holiday song? And so I did a Google search about Christmas chord progressions, and what I found was White Christmas, the iconic, OG, and it had this particular chord progression. Well, I started looking at other groups or other artists who used it, and Mariah Carey pops up with, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And
What?
so, yeah, and I realized, and I saw like there was this, hit brigade of people who had used this progression, and I thought, I wonder what would happen if I tried to use that progression. So So I decided to take it. I tweaked it a little bit, and I just started playing these chords, and it's like
You Benjiphoniked it?
yeah, but it's like it makes you sing Christmas. Just the progression, and Christmas is the time of year when all the girls and boys and Christmas, and so yeah.
It even makes you do jazz hands, apparently.
Yeah. And so I realized that there was some magic in that. And there was some magic in that old silk hat I found.
Right.
And
then so you add some bells and some whistles and
yeah. So the chord progression was the bass, and then I kind of sat on it for a while, and then about a month and a half ago, I got in my head, I think I could do this. So I go back to that research. I started listening to it, and another thing I looked up was that obviously jingle bells in a song, Automatic Christmas. You have glockenspiel piano, like little tinkly piano, Automatic Christmas. There were some, and so I was like, I'm gonna use it all. I'll take every bit of that. And
why wouldn't you? Yeah.
And then cheeky lyrics, because it's me. And so
it's Benjiphonik. You got to be a little goofy. You got to be cheeky. You got to have fun with it.
That is you just nailed it. Got to be cheeky. Got to be funky. Got to have fun with it. That's it. That's my formula. And so I decided that I would go for it. Well, in a 3-week period, I had written the song, recorded it. I had my Human Wrecking Crew and people come in. Jessica Woolgamuth and Evan and Janae Human are doing backups in those verses. And then I recorded it here in my home studio, took it into Love Juice Labs, and DJ Coupon put his spin on it. And then from there, I went into video production, and within 3.5 weeks, it was writing the song, recording it, studio, and video. and I did the video in Lake Arrowhead, where I grew up. So it was really cool, in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Right, which is extremely as Christmas as you get in California anyway, right there.
Totally. It's like the perfect Christmas backdrop. You're up in the mountains, pine trees, everything. I think in the video, like in Lake Arrowhead Village, because it's COVID, no one was around, right? And so I was just, cherry picking awesome spots. I'm out on the point, and there's just the lake behind me. They have this little mini golf course at the end of the Lake Arrowhead Village, and it's called like the Lollipop Village or whatever. And so I'm there with like candy cane signs and all this.
Okay, you know what? I saw a major production company just film there recently too.
Really?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the lollipop sign and everything just triggered it. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, and I think it's Cobra Kai filmed at my high school, at Rim of the World High School.
Oh, okay.
And so on the series Cobra Kai, they, for whatever reason, they used
that last season was so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lake Arrowhead. Woohoo! But that was it. So I put those concepts together, and also the beat that I used.
Right.
I basically did like a truncated version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's theme song for the show.
Right.
And so I have this Jazzy Jeff beat, with this almost Fresh Prince type.
And a little bit of Run DMC at the beginning of Die Hard vibe.
Well, and I researched Christmas songs, like hip hop Christmas songs, of course, and there aren't a ton.
No.
There's only, there's probably a lot, but that actually make it to radio and that have really been publicized. Like you said,
5 to
Christmas
10.
in Hollis is Run DMC, which is in Die Hard.
The best Christmas movie ever.
A Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is.
And then
I'm pretty sure an angel got its wings at the end.
yeah, right. Yeah, the bells ring and Angel's getting his wings. It was a Glock, but Well, and then Snoop Dogg has an incredible one. Santa Claus is coming straight to the ghetto, and then it's the first day of Christmas, my homeboy gave to me, and he's like,
right. When he's not announcing fights.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you, it was amazing. But there aren't a ton, and the other thing I looked up when I was looking.
Well, and that's what we were talking about the other day too. Is just the regurgitation of the same 40 Christmas songs we've been hearing for the last 30, 40 years since we were kids, even.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
when
just
you listen to the radio
we
station,
needed new Christmas music and new Christmas blood out there in general, not just for hip hop, but new Christmas in general.
And particularly original songs, like you hear, there a lot of artists are doing remakes of other things. In fact, I was listening to, I think it's in LA, it's like 103.5 FM, and they do All Christmas, they go to the All Christmas format. And I hear the Wham song, but the Christmas song, except it's not Wham, it's a cover of the Wham Christmas song. And so now we're getting like 80s and 90s songs that were Christmas songs written, and they're covers. So it's like you said, we're not hearing new Christmas songs. And so I thought it was important to write something that was original and new, but also something that did feel familiar. And that chord progression makes it feel familiar, and the beat makes it feel familiar, and the cheesy, cheeky hip hop, rhyme that is Benjiphonik makes it sound kind of 80s-ish, early 90s, and that's familiar. Right. And so, and that nostalgia, those good feelings, and things that we're familiar with, is what makes up a holiday classic.
And it's something we all need right now in 2020 anyway.
Oh,
it's
man,
good vibes, good feelings, throwbacks, nostalgia is, it's all the rage as it is anyway.
Well, and that's as you know, and we've talked about this before, but my mission is make it fun, make it funny, and just have a great time, get your booty shaking. The Benjiphonik is about
the 3 F's: fun, funny, and funky.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I'm using that from now on. The 3 F's.
Put that on a shirt, baby.
Right.
Benjiphonik.
Benjiphonik.
Yep.
Fun, funny, funky.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, all right. Well, speaking of funky, let's get into track number 1 on the actual album.
Yeah. So this is Omega Funk 10,000.
Omega Funk Airlines. Turn it up so everyone can hear it. Yeah. It's got that kind of 70s funky guitar with that hard 80s beat.
Yeah, this was my it's kind of like my tribute to what are the building blocks of hip hop. So hip hop
when it started.
Yeah, hip hop is created, original hip hop. We're talking 1973, Cool
you're kind of, look, this is all fun and games, but you're a little bit of a hip hop historian in it as well.
That's right. It's true. Well, it's because I
also put that on a shirt, hip hop historian.
Yeah, right, hip hop, Benjiphonik, hip hop historian.
I expect my 1% of merchandise.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, I thought it was important to do some kind of an homage to the funk and the early R&B that Kool Herc and Africa Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash, they would use this type of music to sample so that the MCs could rhyme over it. And they would do that infinite loop, and they would, use this. And so I wanted to create my version of what they would, use for something like that. And so
you sampled yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, now and like this has really good flow and rhythm to the lyrics too, which also feels very 80s.
Yeah, right. So I mean, Benjiphonik's always trying to touch on nostalgia a little bit, and so I wanted to create something that was familiar. And I'm a P-Funk, Funkadelic, Parliament Funkadelic fan. So George Clinton is the man. And so I wanted to make something that felt like that, that had that cheekiness and that funness and that groove, that he created.
Upbeat groove too.
Yeah, and with the funky guitars and the horn section and the whole deal. And so and then you hear that Human Wrecking Crew on there, which is Janae Human and Evan Human, and they're doing my backups and singing, and we're all in there getting down. Fun fact, we usually record with them sometime between like 9 and midnight, at night, and I just ply them with fresh chocolate chip cookies, and I get them really jumped up on sugar, and then this is the result.
Everybody's got their vice. I know all about those late night recording sessions.
That's right. It's not super late, but it is. They are getting pretty jumped up on fresh chocolate chip cookies. So,
hey, look, I used to pay for full 24-hour blocks of recording time, so I would use every second.
Yeah, and when I'm at Love Juice, the clock is ticking, and so when I'm here, I can experiment all I want. Yeah, exactly.
Love Juice. That's such a good name for a recording studio.
Maybe the best. Well, and Dave Swanson, aka DJ Coupon, he's been my engineer from Conspiracy of Thought to Red Fist Revolution, Songhammer, and Benjiphonik. And also, which we'll touch on a little bit, but the Benjamin S. Stewart project is my country project.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. Let's talk about track 2. It's playing right now.
Right. This is You Calling It Hip Hop.
Spitting out a message from the earth to outer space. Our planet's in trouble. Please help the human race. A sonic apocalypse has robbed us of the beat. No pop locks, beatbox, or rhyming on the
You're the dope MC.
Trap is all around us in our head and our ears, living in fear. You got to rise up and persevere. No more excuses for
what's the inspiration behind this song?
So the thing that I wanted to create with You Calling It Hip Hop was I feel like I wanted to make the song that, like, the old man sitting on the park bench, he's sitting there and a couple kids walk by and he says, and he hears them like listening on their phone to modern hip hop, and he says, that's not hip hop, that's I don't know what that is. Where's the beat? Where's the fly vocals? And so I wanted it to be like this kind of old dude, saying, sending out a message from the earth to outer space. Our planet's in trouble. Please help the human race. A sonic apocalypse has robbed us of the beat, No pop locks, beatbox, or rhyming on the streets. And so I wanted to just create this, and we've said this before, but I'm the last person on the planet who should be telling anybody what hip hop is or should be, or but
you're a hip hop historian, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
We've established that.
I forgot.
We've established your professionalism.
Right. I'm a hip hopologist, as it were, and but I wanted to basically give a nod to that old school hip hop, and I really feel like one of the things that, from my perspective, what's missing a little bit is just that really heavy snare and kick drum that you hear in old school hip hop. You listen to an LL Cool J song, like Sucker MCs by Run DMC, you know, it's boom, da, 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 boom, da, 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 da. I mean, it's just that snare and kick are killing it. And Beastie Boys, same way. Public Enemy, same way. Even stuff like Tribe Called Quest or, you know, De La Soul, all that stuff is really, and then Wu-Tang Clan, you know, second wave, all very boom bap focused. And so that's kind of what I'm griping about. And again,
the rest of the day I'm going to be like, Alexa, play 90s and 80s.
Yeah, right. Play late 80s hip hop, play early 90s hip hop.
Oh my goodness.
But, and granted, there's some amazing new hip hop. I mean, in fact, my favorite album right now is Run the Jewels 4. It's RTJ 4. And granted, these guys are like 40 years old. Yeah, so they're older guys, but their album is like, it's #1 on the hip hop charts. It's been #1 on the hip hop charts because there are a couple of insanely good lyricists, and LP is just an amazing producer. So shout out to Run the Jewels. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, because we're not here bagging on new hip hop. We're showing our age. We're old.
Right.
And it's not that we're stuck in our ways. There's just certain elements of older hip hop that we're drawn to.
Yeah, I think that's true. And granted, I'm always listening for something that will catch my ear, something new that I think is exciting or innovative or fun. But my music tends to definitely fixate on the nostalgic. So.
Well, speaking of ear catching, song number 3 starts off with a nice little acoustic guitar, and then scratches and hits, goes right into it. What's the inspiration behind this song?
So, I wanted to write a song about being kind of caught in the moment. And this song, I Don't Even Know Where I've Been, is about just feeling like you're in that moment, you know? And I remember when I was recording the song, I'm in my home studio, I'm looking out the window, there's this beautiful mountain out there that I see, and I'm just like, man, I can't remember such a beautiful day. And I just think that. So I started putting these chords together on the acoustic guitar and just playing, and I was thinking, you know, this is it. I want to catch this moment. And so I started penning lyrics. I did the chorus first and then a beat. And then the whole song was just same chords, same beat, same guitar line. And, you know, it just ended up being, and I was thinking about, no matter where you're at in the world, if you're in the moment, you know, you're not thinking about, you know, social media, you're not thinking about, you know, all the other distractions that are out there. Yeah, your phone, everything. And you're living in something beautiful, in something, you know, that you're never going to capture again, which is wonderful. And so, and I'm thinking that can happen anywhere. You know, I could be in Hollywood, Cape Town, or Bombay. I don't even know where I've been. And so somebody asked me, you know, I don't even know where I've been. Well, you know, I love this song. It's really cool. This was on I think Facebook. It's really cool, but I don't get the lyrics. I don't even know where I've been. What are you talking about? I'm saying that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm saying it's nonsense. It's crazy, but you're just in the moment, experiencing it, and that transcends where you're at.
Yeah, and to get philosophical again, because we already did this yesterday. Well, once again, we're talking about being present and being in the moment, which, you know, us men have always been accused of in relationships. I watched cell phones literally destroy the moment in restaurants as a bartender and server, starting with the teenagers, then the kids playing the games, then it became the young adults, then the parents. Then once it hit the grandparents, all of a sudden you had an entire table of multi-generations not paying attention just to even get their drink, appetizer, and food orders, let alone paying attention and communicating with each other. So they're no longer in the moment and being present. And like we were talking about earlier, anxiety is worrying about the future and being too much in the future and not being present. Depression is thinking about the past and everything that went wrong in the past, and that causes depression, once again, taking you out of the moment, not being present. So the more you can be in the moment, in the present, the more you can appreciate the things you have, not the things you have not.
Yeah, it's really true. And as I said before, and as you and I have talked about before, Benjiphonik's mission, is to focus on the positive and focus on, things that uplift and things that build up. And, that's my mission.
Yeah.
And it's been a good journey. And I think, like the song, I Don't Even Know Where I've Been, to me, it feels like one of those songs you could listen to in that moment. Like if you're looking at a beautiful view and then you hear that beautiful falsetto, that that breakdown with the acoustic guitar, and you hear the Human Wrecking Crew, and those ladies are just singing a beautiful melody, and you're just getting lost. And that's what that's my goal.
Yeah.
So,
well, track number 4.
woohoo! I'm not hard.
Wait, what?
Not something you ever want to hear a woman tell you.
That's right.
But once again, I'm not hard. Soft like a kitten. Okay, this song definitely speaks for itself. You are making fun of yourself and your hip hop persona.
Right. So, the very first show Benjiphonik ever did was a show at a car show in Whittier, and I remember being on stage and I'm rapping, and these, let's say affiliates walk by. These dudes who look like they might have been in a gang. Who knows? But regardless, they stop and they fold their arms and they're mad dogging me. And so I'm sitting there, and I in between stuff, I'm like, you obviously know I'm not, I'm not serious about myself here. And I just wanted to create a song that let people know right off. Like I could open with this song, and people are going to be like, oh, okay, this is what this guy's about.
Now we know what to expect for this entire set.
Right. I now understand this dude's cheeky. He's not taking himself seriously. He's having a good time. He's no thug. He's not tough. He's not trying to pretend like he's. Although, here's the fun fact: the beat.
Because cheeky's such a hood word.
Yeah, right. Cheeky, yo. And so the beat of the song is like a truncated version of Straight Outta Compton. So it's the same. It's not the same beat exactly, but it's close to the beat of Straight Outta Compton, and by NWA. So I wanted it to have that feel of that Straight Outta Compton, but be me, because I'm not hard.
But he also got those great background vocals of
Right.
Who's the girl?
It's Janae Human.
Yeah, she sounds great, but she's just hitting that and just really accentuating how not hard you are.
It's true. Yeah. What a wuss I am. And it's really true. So
you are a big teddy bear.
it's no doubt. No doubt.
That's why I love watching you in Songhammer. It was just like, oh, he's getting extra hard now.
Yeah, right. It was all a sham. It's always been a sham.
Track number 5, playing now.
Woo! Spy versus Spy.
Now, this song, I love that jazzy piano right there at the beginning. And, okay, wait, let's turn that up a little bit.
It's time.
All you hip-hop fans out there, that sound familiar?
Truth beneath the lies so smooth. When I glide, I put on
Yeah,
the
little
disguise,
homage to
disappear
Digital
before your eyes,
Underground, right?
I'm not afraid. Represent. Humpty Hump. Shock G. Represent.
So let's talk about Spy.
All right. So in this song, it started like this. We were at the end of our session with for the first EP, We Stole Hip Hop, for Benjiphonik, and I'm sitting with the Human Wrecking Crew, we are talking about maybe what is the next phase. And we weren't even in the studio yet with the first pieces. And I mean, we did the tracking here in my studio, but we hadn't gone to Love Juice yet. And my cousin, Evan Human, who's the pianist in the Human Wrecking Crew and singer as well. And
that's a piano player.
That's, for those of you who don't have a dirty mind, that's a piano player. And so he basically says, hey, I created this piece. It's like jazz with a hip hop beat, you know, it's really cool. And it was just nothing but this solo. It was like 2 minutes long or something like that. And it was amazing. And he's like, I don't know what to do with it. Do you want it? Could you use it? So he plays it for me on his phone. And the very first thing I say is, I'm a spy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like an OG James Bond theme song. You know, this is Austin Powers and it's James Bond and it's Jason Bourne. It's all of the spy people.
It's somewhere in between that kind of cheesiness of you hear of the self-titled tracks for James Bond movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It sounds like what you might hear in a lounge, like he's drinking. In fact, in the bridge of the song, Evan just is doing this cool piano solo, and I'm just sipping. You hear me sipping a drink, and I'm like stirring it and all this, and it sounds like I'm in the lounge. You know, I'm just listening to him, and but I wanted to create this kind of, I guess it would be a tribute to like the spies of days past. And so in the lyric video, it features my favorite James Bonds, which is, you know, Sean Connery, the late great Sean Connery, Roger
Rest in
Moore,
power.
and of course Daniel Craig, who is definitely the most serious Bond, you know, that's been there. And so those are my favorites. And so when I put this lyric video together, I, you know, show clips of these guys and, you know, things that are going on. And but I just wanted to, you mentioned Digital Underground. So Humpty, I mean, it's Humpty, you know, Shock G is Humpty.
That's Packets, baby. Great album.
Well, and, you know, there's magic to, you know, hit that persona. And I wanted to kind of really give a nod to Humpty and to early Digital Underground, and also just to you know, the fun that it creates. And what this song is super fun. So
it is it's got a great vibe to it. And I mean, you know, look, jazz and blues created rock and roll, and rock and roll created hip hop, so it's all tied together. It's all cousins.
Yeah, it really is.
Track number 6. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Is this mic on? 1 2 1 2. I think it's time to rap. I used to play guitar in the rock and roll. Now I drop that bass in the rhythm and flow. So all your B-boys and your B-girls, let's go. We be getting down in this hip-hop show because the rap machine is the
Okay, so this song
I used to put it down, yo. Isn't that funny?
comes right out and highlights your going from rock and roll, Songhammer, to now Benjiphonik, and doing rap and hip hop, and your kind of journey of music. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this might be the song that's the most biographical, because it actually is like saying, yeah, I used to play guitar in the rock and roll, now I drop that bass in the rhythm and flow. And the idea is, you know, I've done a lot of different styles of music over my career, you know, and my music career, and starting with, you know, heavy metals and alternative rock, and going into Songhammer, which also, or rather a rock opera. That was from a band, Conspiracy of Thought. Then I did a rock opera called The Red Fist Revolution, and I was really experimenting with all kinds of stuff, acoustic ballads and funky stuff, and you know, some punk, it was all over the place. And then Songhammer, you know, that happened, and for 7 years it was doing music for World of Warcraft and Overwatch, and, you know, doing songs, you know, all that stuff, and there was a lot of metal, but there was also some pop, and there was all kinds of different stuff. And And I had done all these different styles of music, but I hadn't really dedicated myself to hip hop. And in Conspiracy of Thought, particularly my first group, which was a 15-year touring band and radio and the whole deal, we did rap, we did some rapcore, rap rock kind of stuff. And so I had started writing rap, and I always had a love for hip hop, but I hadn't really done anything dedicated. And so this song kind of is explaining, not only did I have a love for that, but those old classics have become the classic rock of today. It was Van Halen, Queen, and Styx, but now I'm pumping Kanye and Jay-Z in the mix. And then in verse 2, I wanted to really highlight incredible women that are MCs, that are on the mic, that are amazing. And Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, and MC Light, and then more modern, you got Lauryn Hill, you got Cardi B, you got the amazing Rhapsody. I mean, she is incredible. Rhapsody is amazing. And so I wanted to focus on that. And the other thing is, on the lyric video for the song, I wanted people to understand and know that there would be no hip hop without Black lives. And the whole Black Lives Matter movement is, a lot. It's things have died down or whatever, but it will never die down, because the truth of the matter is, the super importance of African American culture in America is unprecedented. I mean, we wouldn't be who we are without it. And that could be anything from the NBA to the NFL to music to movies. I mean, it's like we want a particular culture to feed us all of our entertainment, but we don't necessarily want to give those people, a place at the table and equal rights.
Oh yeah, we're gonna quote our favorite parts of "I Have a Dream" all day, but that's right. A dream.
Well, and so in the lyric video to this song for in Rap Machine, I wanted, if you watch the lyric video, it is nothing but all of these MCs, through history and into the modern era, and including some local ones like Noah James, who's an incredible local. He's from San Bernardino, an amazing hip hop artist, very current. And he is, I feature him a couple times in there as well. His image comes up, and I had asked him for permission to do it. And because he's representing not only the culture, but he's incredible on the mic. And so I thought that, and I'm not in the video at all. I mean, I'm obviously singing and it's my music, but right. I wanted to make sure that people understood that this is where the culture comes from, and that this is super important, and super relevant to today. And so, and even if my music's a little throwbacky, the sentiment is current. So that was a little heavy. Sorry about that.
You know how I like to do it, and
I do. I figure I was safe. Even if I wasn't, I'd still say it. So
if we're not talking about real life and mental health and how all of it affects our daily life and the people around us, then we're not having a real discussion and a real conversation, and it's not a real podcast as far as I'm concerned. Thank you for taking the world of KC there. I appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, it's good.
So what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that's it. I mean, that's the new EP in a nutshell.
But that's not it, because you have a very Benji Christmas, which is getting radio play now. So
I know.
People, you can go out there and request this at your local radio station. Go hit up iHeartRadio, ask them to play Benjiphonik's A Very Benji Christmas as well, because it's new, it's fresh, and it's 2020. We all need the magical Christmas vibes right now. We need the best we can get, right?
We need a little attitude up, for our Christmas. And I think I talked about this before, but I contacted 573 radio stations across the country in every state. And so every major city in the United States, if you're anywhere near a big city, I contacted your local modern, like the alternative rock and modern rock stations, hip hop stations, like kind of hot AC stations that play like, you know, R&B and hip hop and that kind of stuff. And then also the all Christmas stations, the ones that are just playing Christmas music. So if you contact,
because this song crosses over.
Yeah, it does. Well, and I wanted to make the song something that could fit. And in fact, again, the research I did said that the songs that did the best and that are the most iconic are songs that can cross genres, so that you're hearing it all over the place. You know, you could hear it in the shopping mall or the supermarket or whatever. And so, and that means that it has to have appeal to a broader market. It can't just be straight hip hop or whatever, or straight this. So I wanted to make the song accessible on all those fronts. And so, and like you said, within the first week of my radio campaign, I had over a dozen stations get back to me saying, hey, we're going to be playing this on our Christmas show. Hey, we're adding this to our Christmas rotation. Hey, we're, you know, it was, and I've had more since, you know, that have gotten back to me. And that's everything from college stations in Hawaii to, you know, stations that are, you know, in Brooklyn, New York. So it's like, it's crazy.
Because they all want to get high on that Christmas cheer, like you said. I'm getting high off this Christmas cheer. Speaking of getting high off Christmas cheer, check out our sponsors at exclusivehempfarms.com. They're giving you 10% off all of our listeners and followers using the promo code Down the Road Show. They got a bunch of amazing products, as you can see. I'm sampling here. Check them out. Use the link in the bios and all of our social media.
Hey, Ken, what about your t-shirt?
Also check out, great segue, sir. Check out our friends at darknightstudios.com. Follow him on his Instagram and Twitter and all of his social media at Dark Knight Studios. They make all of our logos, a ton of the graphics we use. Most of the shirts I wear, this is his Christmas shirt from last year. We're big Halloween fans. I like Halloween more than Christmas now. So that's just fun stuff. So make sure you check out our sponsors and go follow Benjiphonik at, spell it for him, Benji.
Okay, so Benjiphonik is Benjiphonik. Again, that's Benjiphonik. Benjiphonik. And that's everywhere. You go to facebook.com/Benjiphonik. You're going to find me. You go to Twitter, it's at Benjiphonik, or Instagram at Benjiphonik. Benjiphonik.com. Everywhere. And also, if you want to download Benjiphonik music or you want to stream it, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Music, I'm on, you know, Google Music, Google Play, I'm on, you know, everywhere. I think it's like 130 different sites, either streaming or downloading. You're going to find Benjiphonik, including iHeartRadio and others.
There you go. So be like me and get hooked on Benjiphonics, and go check out all of his music. Request a very Benji Christmas song now everywhere, so that way it gets some more radio play. And we look forward to having you on the World of KC Music Podcast again when you do your country album.
Yeah, so we'll be talking more about that in January, but it's coming. It's crazy. Hey, and thank you so much for having me, dude. I so appreciate being here.
I thought I was busy.
Yeah.
Good
I'm pretty
Lord.
busy.
You are. All right. Well, thank you everyone out there for listening to the World of KC audio podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream, for the one viewer I see that was here checking it out live, and for everybody who is checking this out after the fact. More music podcasts to come on the World of KC. Thank you for being here, Benjiphonik. I love you, brother. We will talk again soon.
Awesome.